we have a new fragrance release for the year 2025 up for full review today. This one is from the house of Carolina Herrera, and it is one of their limited releases in the CH Men line. This one is called CH Men Wild Love. Now, going to be touching more on that presentation, going to be talking about some notes, accords, also touching on wearability, and then a few other things to boot. Make sure to stay tuned. Let's go ahead and hop into that presentation. So here's the box for you a little bit, kind of tan up here and then maroon, then got some leopard print down here. You got the CH there and Wild Love limited edition. And then this is an Eau de Parfum concentration. You got the CH up top, nothing really on the back. And then you got the barcode and all the ingredients down here. And this is 100 ml there. So let's go ahead, let's bring back that bottle toss. Let's go ahead and see what I can do. There it is, one hand. And there's the bottle, there's the box. Sits snug in this box here. Let's go ahead and toss that to the side. Here's the bottle, gold cap clicks into place here, little CH up top. And then they brought back the CH from CH Passion, how you want to pronounce it. Brought that back on here. And this has kind of got like a little soft kind of fur cover here. Sometimes I'm really iffy about those. If they feel like, a lot of them feel like carpet to me. And this one actually does a pretty decent job. It's okay. It's better than those other ones. Like the Suspira bottles. I don't like that fuzziness. I do not. It kind of feels weird, but hey, it doesn't matter what is on the outside. It matters what's on the inside. And then at the bottom, you got it etched in down here. You probably hardly see it. It's pretty dark in my room. But yeah, there's the bottle for you. Let's go ahead and talk about how the scent smells overall. So like me mentioning before, these are a limited edition fragrances. And depending on how Carolina Herrera does it, sometimes they mean that and they'll go in the snap of a finger, or sometimes they'll be around a while. And overall, you just got to be careful with that. If you're really interested in checking this one out, I'd highly recommend to go get a sample right now from a department store somewhere. See if you can find this one out, get your nose to it somehow or some way if you are interested in checking this one out, because sometimes they stick around for a good amount of time. Other times they might stick around for 6 months, be gone. You never know with the House of Carolina Herrera. Now, I will say they have been doing a very nice job with these fragrances lately. Birds of Paradise, good fragrance. Also, Passion or Passion, how you want to pronounce it, good fragrance. The last two have been nice, enjoyable, and have really resurrected the CH Men line for me, because I will say there was a lot of hits or misses, bargain bin type of fragrances. Now, how this one smells, it's got a free note breakdown. You got sage up the top, in the mid, you got some patchouli, and then in the base, you got leather. Of course, that classic free note designer type of feel with the fragrance here. These designers are just giving us free notes, and then you have to guess the rest if you smell it, which that's okay, whatever. I know a lot of brands give us a lot of notes. But with this one, when you first spray it on, you are going to get a big blast of that patchouli. That is straight, that is prominent, very forefront. Leather as well, you're going to get those too, but this does tie it back to that original DNA that CH Men started out with. It's got like a little sugary facet, kind of addicting in a sense. And man, when I first smelled this, I was very impressed. I was like, man, this reminds me of a fragrance a little bit. It was one of the Lacoste fragrances I had back in the day. I forget the name of it, but it reminded me of that one a little bit. It was kind of dark, kind of sugary, kind of heavy. It's long discontinued, long gone. But this one, that's what it reminded me of. It brought back memories. So I was already vibing with this. And the way that patchouli came across was how I like the patchouli come across. A little earthy, not too sweet, which was nice. It was very enjoyable. And that is a very present accord throughout the whole lifespan of the fragrance, along with the leather. And this has got that sugary, addictive facet that it kept wanting me to click off the cap and want to spray more and more and more. And I was very surprised by that. I was like, man, this is a limited edition. This could be possibly something they could put in the whole line and keep it permanent. I mean, the last two have been like that for me. And this is no other. That patchouli is very, I would say it's sexy, but it does have some earthiness to it, but then you get that sugary leather, and this is a more mature take on that original CH Men DNA. If you're looking for something that takes that DNA and kind of makes it a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more grown up, this would be the one to look at. Wild Love. It kind of hones back, pays homage to that original DNA with that sugary leather smell, and I can't get enough of that. Just kind of adds in that patchouli. It does have some warm spice facet, and I think that's from the sage, I would say, but you do get that spiciness. This is kind of, to me, a nighttime fragrance. This would be a sexy kind of seductive type of fragrance. Like if somebody came in close, they would be kind of seduced by it overall. But remember, with that being said, you always got to think of the caveats of it's not just the fragrance that's going to get you noticed on those compliments and stuff like that. But if you're on a date, I could see this being very pleasing to the date. This isn't something that is going to be hard to wear. I would say it's going to be a little bit a different flair than your original blues or something sweet because of that added patchouli in here. And when I first smelled it, the way that patchouli came across, the fragrance they don't smell similar at all, but the way the patchouli comes across is how that patchouli comes across in Boss Bottled Absolute. That's how I was getting from this fragrance here, and I was highly surprised. I was like, okay, Carolina Herrera, we got something going here. But this would be one I'd wear at that nighttime, on a date night in the summer. And in the fall and winter time, I'd probably wear this whenever. I wouldn't really care. But this does have that sexiness to it that it can draw people in with that sugary, leathery type of smell. And it's addictive. Like, I'm wearing it today, got it on my hand, and very enjoyable. And this fragrance does involve from that sugary sweetness, that patchouli type of vibe, and you are going to get more of that warm spice, more leather. And as this develops, you're going to get more animalic tones, okay? So it really, I would say overall, if you're looking at the fragrance and you want some accords it kind of starts out with, it's going to be herbal, it's going to be aromatic, you're going to have patchouli, and then you're going to have some soft spice. And I get sweetness with this too, with the leather. And then as this develops, it's going to get a little bit more earthy. It's going to get, that sugary tone is still there, but the leather is going to get a little bit more prominent, less sweet on the leather tone there. And then as this develops more and more, you're going to get a little musk coming out, animalic, earthy, warm spice instead of kind of that soft spice. It's going to get warmer, more cozier, more for those close interactions with this one here. And I was very surprised. I wasn't thinking when I saw this, I was like, okay, free note breakdown, this is what they give me, okay, whatever, see, we'll figure it out. And then once I sprayed it on, I was like, okay, this has got a little bit more going on. It does have, I would say, a little touch of musk, so that might be a note in here too, animalic tones, and it might come from a note that I can't put my finger on. But you do get some woods in this fragrance. I would say I'm not very good at like splitting it up and saying, oh, this is cedarwood, this is sandalwood. So I'm just going to leave that woody notes. I do get some woody notes in the scent as well, even though they give you that free note breakdown. But this is going to be, anybody could wear this. I would say this is a good age range. But if you wanted a more mature vibe, a more mature take, those guys 25 years and older that liked when the original came out way back when, and you want a more mature take, more sophisticated take, this one here, check this one out. Very nice release from the House of Carolina Herrera. And I would say out of the two Herrera fragrances I got this year, Bad Boy and this one, they both get the thumbs up for me. I do want to get one of their elixir fragrances. It is 212 VIP Black Elixir or something, or 212 VIP Elixir, whatever they're calling that one. That one's the next on my Carolina Herrera list. But this one smells good. It smells nice. And going off of that performance, projection, longevity, all that jazz, you're going to get a solid, I would say, 8 to 10 hours with this scent on longevity. For that projection, the first hour and a half, this one is a very nice projector. I would say 3 feet, a solid 3 feet. And then throughout the fragrance's lifespan, after that half an hour, you're probably getting close to 2. This is more of going to be your date night, more of a seductive type of scent like I mentioned before. This is going to want people to come in closer and get more whiffs and whiffs of the fragrance. And I feel like that's contributed to that sugary sweet tone it's got in the scent here. But this is addictive. It's got that patchouli that I really enjoy and how it's used. And then with that sweetness combining, it's a good blend. It isn't too overly sugary sweet. It isn't too leathery, I would say. And that patchouli is reined back to just give it a nice kind of combining the things, keeping it solid. And then you got the spice on the outskirts. The spice isn't overbearing. It's not something that's going to be super spicy. I get a little bit more of the woods as the fragrances develop, so the spice kind of take a back seat and gets more into that warm spice. But overall, this fragrance here, nice job. Nice job. So, and again, you might smell fragrances that are similar to this, like take bits and pieces, because like I mentioned, this does have a little flair of that CH Men original DNA, and I haven't smelled every release in the CH Men line, all those limited releases, so it might smell familiar to some of those. It might home back to those as well, but overall, this is one that's going to be pleasing to somebody. If somebody just wants a nice date night, not overly offending, something sweet, something with a little leather, that the leather isn't too overbearing, which a lot of leather scents can be sometimes, and you want something with an addictive facet to it to draw some people in if once they get in close, this one could do wonders for you. And I will say in that fall and winter time, I'll have to check it out because I just been wearing it in the summertime, but more suited for the later days in the summer. So that is my review over CH Men's Wild Love. And this one here surprised me. It really did surprise me. So like I said, Carolina Herrera with the last few releases in the CH Men line have done a nice job. Hopefully they can keep it going into next year. But appreciate everybody spending a little bit of their day with me on this review. Hopefully you all are good and well, but don't leave just yet. There will be a video for you to watch at the end here that the algorithm thinks you should watch. There'll be that, and then there'll be my fragrance playlist on there that you can watch some reviews, spray offs, challenges, all that type of jazz. Keep watching on the channel. But I hope you all are staying healthy, being well, stay true, and I will see you in the next video.